Hey guys, how's it going today? Well, today I thought I'd do a Q&A kind of video. Haven't done one of those in a long time, so figure it was kind of something to do. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, one comment I recently got was, why do I use these screws, these metal screws? Let's see if I can show you one here. So they're talking about why I use these metal kind of screws. And the reason is because they have built-in washers. There's another one right here. And what that does is it allows me to not go too deep in the wood. And I'll show you kind of the effect I was going for here was this kind of a thing. It's my kind of look I was going for. It's not quite the same, but it's close enough. And the person's complaining, oh, you should use sheetrock screws, or what we in Canada call drywall screws. But I don't want to use drywall screws. I don't want to use drywall screws because you kind of have to countersink those things so that they're even with the surface of the wood. And that's just an extra step I don't want to do. So if you look here, there's more screws like that in the floor here. Now, they're saying, oh, it's gonna be hard on your feet if you step on those. Well, number one, I very rarely have bare feet in here. I'm almost always wearing my shoes. Number two, I'm more likely to hurt my feet, or just as likely to hurt my feet on the sharp edges of the aluminum. So I don't really see that to be an issue. Last part of the screws issue is it's just mainly an aesthetic thing. I like the look of the silver screws, and more like rivets, rivets, I guess I should say, rather than the drywall screws. So, you know what? That's what I like, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to put drywall screws in your van, go right ahead. Power to you. Another question I got was, what kind of heater do I use? Well, I have the Olympic Wave 3. They make the Wave 3, the Wave 6, and the Wave 8. I like the Wave 3 a lot. I made a video on the Wave 3 if you want to check my past videos. And very quickly, the benefits is that to me, the major benefit over the buddy heaters, which a lot of people use, is that it uses less propane because it puts out less BTUs. And as many people have mentioned, buddy heaters are very, well, they put out almost too much heat for a small van. I think the smallest one goes like to 3,200 BTUs. Well, my heater, the Olympic Wave 3, only puts, on the lowest setting, it puts out 1,600 BTUs, which means I don't have to shut it off as often. And it also means that I use less propane. And using less propane is not only financially beneficial, but it also, because propane, the byproduct propane is moisture, it's also going to put less moisture into the air. Thirdly, the heater that I have, they say that the heater puts out, it's a cleaner burn because it has a catalytic mat and all this stuff. I really don't understand, but so they say that it's better for your health, I guess, less toxic. Whether that's true or not, I don't really know. Alright, what's another topic? One fella recently asked, is my interior finished? And am I moved in? Well, I am moved in, but the interior is not finished. Yeah, my interior is not finished. I've got lots to do. Building up there. I've started more work on this wall. And I put this post up for the door, which is kind of premature because I won't be doing that for a long time. And all this to do. I was digging under my bed and I found my luggable loo lid. And I just put that actually on on a milk crate, and it fits pretty well. I don't use a bucket. Actually, I don't even have a bucket right now. Oh, yeah, and I found this heavy-duty installation under my bed too. I'm gonna put that on the wall. So yeah, certainly not finished as of yet. Another question or comment was about using an amber light on your roof or on your dashboard to give it a kind of a more of a construction look or a work van look. Well, I used to actually put an orange sort of like visible safety vest on my front seat, but I found that not to be necessary, and when my friends sat on that seat, it was, it kind of got messed around and a little bit uncomfortable if they weren't wearing a jacket, and ultimately I don't really find it necessary. Um, Vancouver, it seems so far, much more friendly to van dwellers than a lot of other areas that I've read about, but I haven't had any issues, so I'm okay without the extra. So it's the thing with the vest and the amber light and stuff. It's kind of like it's just another thing I have to worry about and deal with, and the more I can minimize hassles, the better. Another question I got was, what is the significance of the name One Awesome Inch? Well, about, I don't know, 2004, I joined my first rock band, and when I just started first playing bass guitar, and the question, of course, is what are you going to name the band? And my suggestion was One Awesome Inch. I thought it was a fun name, good name. But the guitar player was, or still is, a math teacher, and of course in Canada we have the metric system, and he said, no, we can't do One Awesome Inch. It's not metric. So I thought, man, that's too bad. So then when I was thinking of a name for this YouTube channel, I thought, man, One Awesome Inch sounds good. What does it mean? Well, it's kind of like you could take one little inch, make it awesome, and basically the underlying meaning is try to keep it positive, make it awesome. That's it. Now another question came up is, why do I want a door over my sliding door? Well, in my old van, I didn't have a door over the sliding door, and it was all walled over. And I think there's a couple reasons. Obviously, it's nice to have access to the open doorway. And when I was taking my bass cabs through that little tiny door in the front, it was a major hassle. See, these cabs, they weigh about 45 pounds. And to get them through the door and around the seats in the front, not easy. So much easier going through the sliding door. The other thing is, it's nice to get some more fresh air in here, and of course having the sliding door is going to give me lots of good fresh air, especially while I'm working in the van. So it's an option I'm going to try this time, see how it goes. So there's also been talk about what I'm doing to make this sliding door work, or this front wall work, or this area right here. And as you can see, I've done some work on it. It's not very pretty, but as you can see, this goes right over it. I mean, that's still open. If I can close it. See? So my idea is I'm gonna try to go straight down, and as long as it doesn't hit the outside of this pole, which I think, or this tube right here, I think it's gonna be okay, and I'll just be able to build like a box over it. And I just got to make sure that the box doesn't go above this. So it's going to go like this and like that, and I'm going to make it all the way across here, and I think that will do it. And the only thing I got to be careful of is I want to make it as close to here as possible so that I don't bump my head. And I'm actually going to probably fix this, although it doesn't really matter because it's just going to be insulation and finishing wood over that anyway. So But I was sawing this part today, and saw ran out of juice, so I have to take a break, and I think I might buy an extra battery. I only have one battery. When the battery dies, the work is over. Put these pieces in. The main reason for these pieces is to make sure that this door, or this 2x4, is properly angled, because before it was like leaning like this. So as you can see, I just put a shim piece in there. Not the greatest job. I should probably take it apart and do it again, but if it works, it works. Okay, so that answers some of your questions, and I have a question for you. What do you guys think? Do you think I should take that existing fan out? Well, not fan, the vent cover off, and just put like a fantastic fan in that spot? Or should I cut a hole in the roof? And I was thinking of putting it over there. And just put a second one in and leave this one in. My concern is if I cut a hole and the roof is fiberglass, it might decrease the strength of the roof. So I'm not keen on that. Undecided. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try buying the fan and just putting it in that spot and see if it fits. It should fit because it's 14 inches all around, and I think that's a standard size. The other thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to buy a cover for the roof fan, like the Fantastic Fan, and put a cover over it, but I want as much light to come in as possible. So I don't know. I like to stick with white on the outside because it'll match the exterior of the van. But at the same time, I think the smoke glass, or not smoke plastic will look will let more light in. So to you guys who have like a Fantastic Fan with the white cover and the white lid of the fan itself, does it let lots of light in or just a little bit? I want as much as possible. Alright guys, well there you have it. Question and answer. It's a great CD by Pat Metheny, actually. If you're into jazz guitar, he made a great CD quite a while ago now, probably 20 years ago, called Question and Answer. Anyway, if you would like to ask me a question for the next Q&A video, please leave it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to see what I can do to answer those. So on that note, thanks for watching, take care, have a good night.